Very good morning, viewers. This is Gauri Joshi for the NeUp, and I'm here for the updates on Sunday, which is the 17th of May 2026. I apologize for not being very regular with my streams. I've not been keeping well. The simple reason being I was interestingly reading this book called Ved Book Se Facebook Tak, talking about, the kind of history of violence against women. But what I personally face in my day to day life is how women are supposed to, have a concept called time poverty. We are the victims of time poverty because even though we don't work diligently towards cleaning utensils or mopping floors, we've got help for the same. Still, taking care of the house, taking care of people around us, having the responsibility of not just your life but also of your family is an unpaid job which eats away 5 hours of our day versus 97 minutes for a man. So we work 5 times more than men, which is statistically proven. There is a video about this. I will put this in the description and recommend this for a Sunday watch. This is my Sunday recommendation of a book, Ved Book Se Facebook Tak, written by Puneet Bisaria, which talks about how a male writer, so I'll read it in Hindi, एक पुरुष लेखक ने त्रिविमर्श के संदीर्घ इतिहास को प्रस्तुत पुस्तक फेसबुक से फेसबुक तक स्त्री के माध्यम से आपके सामने रखने का प्रयास किया है। गहन शोध के पश्चात लेखक ने वैदिक काल से वर्तमान काल तक के कालखंड में स्त्री की दशा का खाका खींचा है और कुछ अछूते किंतु जरूरी निष्कर्ष प्रस्तुत किए हैं। विमर्श के मेरी हिंदी के लिए मुझे माफ कीजिए। अत्यधिक अत्य अध्येताओं एवं समूची स्त्री शक्ति के लिए ये एक अप्रिय अपरिहार्य पुस्तक है। इसका साहित्यिक विमर्श में स्वागत किया जाना चाहिए। मेरी बस लेखक से एक ही शिकायत है कि आपको ऐसे शब्दों का इस्तेमाल नहीं करना चाहिए। तुम रोजमर्रा की भाषा में इस्तेमाल नहीं करते, बट ठीक है, हो सकता है ये संशोधन के लिए किताब लिखी गई है, इसलिए हम इसे कुछ कह नहीं सकते। कमिंग बैक टू द बुलेटिन, a very interesting update coming from the US. Two updates. Number one, US President Donald Trump has wrapped up his state visit to China, where he met President Xi Jinping, who he also called Xi Jinping. And let me remind viewers of how a Doordarshan journalist was actually fired for calling Xi Jinping 11 Jinping by mistake, because we all read teleprompters. Of course, I have sheets of paper because I have limited resources for a bulletin. I have received a lot of complaints about, being very distracted in my bulletins, taking care of my dog. But that's where I talk about time poverty as a woman who's just married and who doesn't live with parents or in-laws. In fact, if I did, I would have additional responsibility. So I'm not thanking my stars for it, but I'm not denying the responsibility that comes with a caregiver's, burden. It is a burden because who's there to take care of you? I mean, of course, family is there, but not always for a woman at least. That is what I have seen in my mother's marriage. It can be different for yours. I know of very great men in marriages and many spoiled women in marriages. So I'm not denying it's about people and not genders here. Coming back to the bulletin, the US has allowed basically sanction waiver on Russia, but that has lapsed now because because of course after the Russia-Ukraine war, the US had sanctions on the Russian government, Russian Federation, to help Ukraine, which was more prominent in the Joe Biden administration. Of course, Trump has also given his support to Vladimir Zelensky, even though he is, he had a spat last year, February. But still, I mean, the US is fundamentally supporting Ukraine and asking Russia to curb its attacks. Now, the waiver was important because of the Iran war. The Strait of Hormuz was blocked. So, but this waiver is now ending. Coming to India, I mean, it's very interesting of how, our CNG, petrol, and diesel prices are going up. Then you see MPs actually riding tongas and animals and cycles to the parliament or their workplaces. But the prime minister is in Netherlands, not criticizing outwardly because, of course, but many interesting developments from Netherlands as well. Let me make a note of the same. He met PM Dick Schnoop, business leaders, and also, talked of trade and cooperation, clean energy collaboration, emphasized on the Tata ASML partnership, semiconductors, basically, which have been a priority for India since 2023 at least. And then, of course, there was cultural diplomacy, where Netherlands returned an 11th century Chola copper plate to India. So that is an interesting update coming from Netherlands. Let us come back to the Strait of Hormuz. LPG tanker Shaimi crosses the Strait of Hormuz and reaches India. But of course, we have to pay attention to the rising prices of petrol, diesel, CNG, which were criticized heavily by CM Modi in 2013 and before his election 2014. Now, of course, we do know this is the geopolitical order, but yes, we miss an economist like Dr. Manmohan Singh, the late Dr. Manmohan Singh, late Prime Minister of India, former Prime Minister of India. And so basically, the war is not nearing an end. And the interesting update I think I've discussed before as well. Trump, Donald Trump, and his administration, the US president's administration, has discarded all the gifts that they got from the Chinese administration. I mean, if the Chinese knew that the US will not be taking the gifts home for fears of espionage, which is very logical. I mean, I'm sure the Chinese delegation would also not be taking back US gifts, but interesting update there that they have discarded all the gifts they received for fears of espionage. Silver imports have been restricted because number one, the demand has shot up. Interesting. Number two, the whole forex outflows, the dollar outflows have to be curbed. We are reaching 100 versus $1, 100 rupees. It's huge. I mean, in the administration of the late Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, there was a huge cry when the rupee prices were tumbling, and look at it now. So apart from that, we've got CM Devendra Fadnavis's wife Amrita Fadnavis, also a singer and performer, skipping cans for avoiding foreign travel. But her boss, basically who she's obeying, Prime Minister, is on a trip to Netherlands. The question arises with the opposition, especially Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann has also asked why couldn't the Prime Minister work from home? And why couldn't he have video calls? I do understand that meeting the diaspora, meeting the leaders in person is important for trade, but we've got to keep an eye out if this is just a. I'm sure the Prime Minister doesn't do leisure trips per se, the way they attacked Rahul Gandhi for doing the same, be it Vietnam, be it Germany, be it other nations. But let us be clear that what can be done from home, if we are expected to take cycles and be on foot, then of course we can ask our leadership to also skip the PR parade and be very cautious about using aeroplanes and other fuel intensive vehicles and transport. Akshay Jain, a textile entrepreneur, has stirred a conversation among economists on Twitter, which is now X, where he claims that the next 6 months will actually entail massive layoffs. And we can see this actually coming through because Amazon has laid off people after a 30,000 layoff. Washington Post was wiped off posts. From 900, the team was slashed to 600. 100 jobs eaten, including the job of Ishan Tharoor, the son of Thiruvananthapuram MP. Tharoor. President Murmu, Draupadi Murmu, has issued an ordinance to increase the judge strength of the Supreme Court from 34 to 38. Now, without inciting contempt of court, I would want to, emphasize two statements made by the CJI. We can say he's a very flamboyant speaker. He's also faced his, the battles of, I mean, prominence, but this basically his predecessor was almost slammed with a shoe for being Dalit. But the CGI has now said the judiciary should be like healthcare, working 24/7. Well, I welcome that because cases take long in front of judges, and there is a lot of bias. I hear a lot of district or high court or Supreme Court judges are on leaves, long leaves. There are short leaves as well. So, I mean, it's a very important position to be a judge. And if you don't take your job diligently, of course, the nation suffers. The CGI has retracted a remark calling the youth cockroach. Now, please pay attention to this, viewers. This is something that stirs me. I am 27. I'm not exactly very youthful, very Gen Z at this point, but I study the news every day. And the neat kingpins are 45-year-olds. I don't have a problem with middle-aged and senior people. My own husband is somebody who's had half a century of age. He's 50, so I don't have a problem with old people. My own parents are in senior citizenship, but there is a deceit in the society where the youth are called cockroaches for what? For fake degrees. Who are giving out these fake degrees? Is my question. Neat kingpins, botany professor, a female, male professor of physics one. They are NTA. They are NTA observers, NTA paper setters who are leaking papers sitting in Pune. The question is, you question the center. Pune is also, of course, ambit of the BJP government, but the question is not on the center this time. This is on the kingpins. Children are committing suicide. As a teacher, I'm worried. As an expecting mother, I'm worried. My husband is a doctor. He went to Russia for his education. 10 years he spent there. 1 year he had to give an exam. Why does it take 32 years of a man's life to become a doctor? He had to marry at 40. He couldn't settle himself before that. Why is it that doctors come from extremely privileged backgrounds? Because they've got 30 to 50 lakhs to give. And I have friends who are in the pilot industry as well. 1 crore is what you need to give to an Indigo or other flying schools. Additionally, the Directorate of Aviation, DGCA, please note, and I am making a direct call to you. I have heard them asking for bribes ranging from 50,000 to 5 lakhs to even above. Because they feel कि 1 crore की flying school में जा सकते हो तो देब हमारी भी थोड़ी गर्म कर दो. My own passport wasn't stamped because the verification officer wanted this, and I didn't have the brains to give it to him. I was too naive to think that government officials are not corrupt anymore. My problem with this society and the system is our hypocrisy. And it's not just India. Hypocrisy is around. The question here is, will the CGI now actually be trans age and question kingpins who are 45 years old? Question a 63-year-old man who lives in Kailash Hills, who has filed a defamation on me, whose accomplices have filed a false case of negligent behavior with my dog because I questioned them about the rape of a 22-year-old. This girl could have been in UPSC. This girl could have had a life. Women are coming on TV talking about how this girl had covered the TV screen with newspapers, didn't go out of her home, and their father has sought an apology. We've got proof. Nidhi Julka, Sheetal Narula, Anjana Agarwal, such women, instead of mourning a girl, were talking about her, classifying themselves as useless aunties. The father, an IRS officer, posted in Gurgaon, has urged them to retract their statements. They didn't know the daughter. The DPS alumna, the IIT alumna, was also a prolific dancer. Her life ended because of negligent people like Rajiv Nagpal. And I don't fear defamation because he is defaming me and he has filed for defamation for me to shut up. But I won't shut up when kingpins ruin the lives, when they push people to suicide, when their corruption, 15 lakhs worth of money siphoned by Rajiv Nagpal, and I have proof. My lawyer has proof. I am using this medium as a call out against all people. And I'm called disrespectful to my own parents, to seniors in the society, and I am because I raise the right questions. My slogan always will remain, viewers, always. I raise the right questions because I have been given a brain and it was given by God. And I studied and I sharpened it. I studied day and night. I sleep 4 hours despite pregnancy. For what? Because I am selfish. I want to ensure a good society for this life that is growing inside me. Checking for more updates. CNG prices have gone up. Petrol and diesel are also nearing 100. A call to the government to please urgently look at this situation because work from home is driving people to depression now. There are many interviews of people talking about how work from home is actually causing them a lot of distress. And the simple reasons for that is because I have worked in a 6 months job, waking up at 5 a.m., sending my first report at 7, and then, fired. The whole team was laid off because it was assumed that we don't work after our 10 a.m. reports. Being to office is a cultural need. Man is a social animal. You cannot urge everyone to work from home if they don't like it. You don't like sitting in home and doing a video call to Netherlands President Expo. So why would you expect corporate employees to always bear the brunt of, the nation's perils? We pay the tax. We have to imply and implement all changes. Why? Is my question. And viewers, as I leave this broadcast and I leave you with food for thought, I would urge you to think, question, ponder, and please be a little outside your comfort bubbles because today you might be comfortable, but tomorrow trouble might reach your doors. And it's very, very important to be prepared for the worst. That's all from me. Viewers, we're looking for advertisers. Please support independent journalism. You can leave a like, share, and subscribe uh, for more, algorithm push to us because I am a single person team. I've got freelance people with me. I've got great analysts who take out their time for this bulletin whenever they can. But my only urge is you to support independent journalism, support research. Please read because TV and papers are not as authentic as they used to be. So please go digital, do read, do compare, do question. Keep watching the NeUp for more such updates. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.